Breaking news, everyone. As you can see, we actually finally have the Future Saga Chapter 3 full character roster reveal, and I've been right since the very beginning. It is DBS Broly and Ultra Supervillain Golden Frieza. Now, for those of you guys who like what you see so far, or for those of you guys who have been believers the whole time, please leave a like on the video right now. And since we are getting this image, and I'll tell you more about this image in the DLC as we go on through the video, be patient, but since we're getting this image now, we're probably going to get the trailer sometime today. Like, that's usually when this happens, right? We don't normally get these images before the trailer. So the trailer is literally creeping around the corner. It could drop in an hour, it could drop in 10 minutes after I post the video. It could drop at any time. So in case if it comes out and you're not aware, please don't forget to also subscribe to the channel with the bell on, otherwise you won't know what's going on. And then also, you won't be able to see the videos I make on the DLC when it releases. You won't know what's in the free update, you won't see gameplay of the characters, etc. So without further ado, let's just get into this. So yes, Future Saga Chapter 3, we finally have the cover reveal, and we can see that the characters involved in this DLC, DBS Broly and Golden Frieza. Now again, you guys might be like, oh, so they're doing something new with Fu as well, right? No, Fu has been on all of these covers. So we are actually only getting 2 characters this DLC. I did say this could probably happen because in the last Future Saga DLC, yeah, in the last DLC, we got these guys as playable characters. And I said this last time as well. Jiren and Belmont were very obviously the actual DLC released characters because the story mode even has them like playable in it, but it doesn't have Daima Goku. Daima Goku was just there for promotion. So like this DLC was supposed to only be 2 characters. So we're going back to 2 character DLCs. Maybe it'll change when we get to Future Saga Chapter 4, since that's going to be the last DLC we know of until we get most likely Xenoverse 3 announced during January 2026. But who knows? Who knows at this point? But yeah, it's actually nice to see. And I want to talk about some things with Frieza's design. First of all, yes, they did actually go for the Black Frieza aesthetic. So you can tell they really want to do manga stuff. Now, the gem in his chest is like red instead of being like purple or whatever. But the gold on his body shouldn't be like that dark, right? I feel like it should be that dark. So just like Ultra Supervillain Super Saiyan God Vegeta, who was going for like an Ultra Ego kind of vibe, Frieza's going for like a Black Frieza kind of vibe. It'll be more obvious during the cutscenes because in the cutscenes, Vegeta doesn't even look like Ultra Supervillain. He legit just looks like Ultra Ego. So they'll probably do the same thing with Frieza, where they change his golds to be more like white, if anything. And man, speaking of Frieza, I want to talk about some things now. Other than the fact that I think the Ultra Supervillain color scheme like actually looks good because of his gems, Frieza's face model here, I might be tripping. His face model here looks better than the one he actually has like in the game. Now, you could say it's a promotion, but considering the fact that Jiren and Belmont and Daima Goku all actually look the way their models do in this promo as it does in the game, they don't do the thing anymore where they make 2 separate models, one for like promotional stuff and then one for the actual game. They do just use the same models for promotional stuff that they use for the game. So this is actually just a really nice way to get an updated version of Golden Frieza, because again, Frieza's a launch day character. All the other Dragon Ball Super characters we've had have been DLC characters, like Goku Black, you know, Jiren. They're all recent characters, so their models don't really need to be updated like that much. But Frieza is a Xenoverse 1 character. He's a Xenoverse 1 DLC character and a Xenoverse 2 launch day character. So when he gets his Ultra Supervillain, they are going to touch up his model. You can see that his face, it's really hard to tell because the quality is so impossibly low. But his face is very different from the actual, like, you know, face Frieza has in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. If you play the game, you're nervous. I don't feel like I have to explain that. Also, since I just zoomed into Frieza, I can 100% see it now. Bro, his face and his pose is literally the Black Frieza like manga pose. It's the exact same. They want to do it so bad, but because of the copyrights and stuff, they can't. So they have to do this budget thing instead. Low-key, he might just end up with Black Frieza moves instead. Like, I'm not even joking. Oh my god. Okay, one thing I really wish for that's probably not going to happen. Frieza really needs a custom partner preset, bro. I'm really hoping that this update adds more custom partners to the game. Because, like, Frieza... Okay, Jiren has like base Jiren and full power Jiren, and base Jiren, his custom can get full power Jiren's moves and full power Jiren supervillain, like Ultra Supervillain's moves. And then the same with Broly as well. There's a custom Broly in the game. He gets all of the transforming Z Broly's moves. Stuff like that is just obviously like, you know, peak. And now we have a third Ultra Supervillain. Oh, crap, Vegeta and Goku Black as well. They both got their Ultra Supervillain moves too. So it's like, you know, if all these characters are getting moves from their forms, I think Frieza should too. Now, I'd be really upset if they just give all of these moves to first form custom Frieza, because nobody cares about him. Let's just play Frieza's newest, strongest form with all of the customizable moves available. How about that? Alright, less about Frieza and more onto Broly. Now, Broly is probably the main reason why they're confident with just making this DLC 2 characters, because Broly basically becomes a third character when he transforms. He's kind of like Z Broly, in a sense, where when he transforms, his moveset just becomes bigger overall, and the same applies to him. I don't think it affects his super attacks like Z Broly. They didn't mention that, but it does affect his combos. His combos do change. There are more inputs, so just like Power Wake and Piccolo, there's like secret hidden inputs inside the combos system, but also just like DBZ transforming Broly, the combos are just going to be longer and have more inputs in general. So I'm very curious to see how, Broly plays in general. In fact, I'm very curious to see how Frieza plays as well, because I don't think they've made a bad Ultra Supervillain yet. They've gone free for Ultra Supervillains. I know some people think Goku Black is pretty bad. I don't think that makes Ultra Supervillain Goku Black bad. I think it just makes him like slightly worse than like Rose, and Rose is really good. So like that's not a problem. They haven't done a bad job with the Ultra Supervillains. So I'm hoping Golden Frieza gets some justice here, because again, he's basically a Xenoverse 1 character. They'll probably give him new combo animations, all this new stuff. Again, and all of his moves too. Oh my god. Okay, I know I said I was done talking about Frieza, but let's go back to Frieza real quick. What have they done with every other Ultra Supervillain in the game so far? They've basically just added all of the moves that they didn't have before. A good example is with, Rose Goku Black and Ultra Supervillain Vegeta. Rose Goku Black got his Scythe. He basically has his whole moveset, from the Rose Kamehameha to the Divine Lasso to the Sudden Death Beam, his instant transmission move. The only thing he was missing was the Scythe, and then all they did was add the Scythe for Rose Goku Black, and that's all they needed to do, and it was perfect. And with Ultra Supervillain Super Saiyan God Vegeta, he basically wasn't missing anything, so they just came up with a few new creative moves for him that are, reminiscent to the way Vegeta actually fights. A flying kick, because Vegeta is very known for doing that. Hell, in fighters, I think all 3 Vegetas in the game have a flying kick. So they gave him a flying kick in the form of, the Wild Stinger. And then his Big Bang Knuckle is just an excuse to give Vegeta, Vegeta's technique as a super attack. Because he hasn't had a Vegeta's technique super attack since the game has come out in Focus Flash. So yeah, he finally gets another one with Big Bang Knuckle. And then obviously with Jiren, the only thing Jiren was missing, since he has a very limited moveset, all of his moves just look the same. The only thing was missing was the one move that he actually beat Ultra Instinct Goku with. If you guys remember during the anime, there's a part where him and Goku beam clash. And the move that Jiren uses, Ven, is the one he got as an ultimate attack. It's a combination of 2 different moves actually. It's the one he uses when Goku's beating him up at the very end, where he fires an energy volley that Goku slides on, and then the big blast at the very end is the one he uses to beat Kamehameha and Beam Clash. So Frieza, most likely, since he's basically missing his entire moveset, the only thing Frieza has, I swear to God, the only moves Frieza has from the actual like Golden Frieza form in Xenoverse 2 is maybe Emperor's Death Beam. There's one part where he shoots an energy blast like barrage in the movie with one finger, but doesn't look like Emperor's Death Beam. And then Emperor's Edge. That's the only actual movie move he has fully converted from the movie into Xenoverse. So Golden Frieza basically is just missing his whole moveset. They could give him his multi-shot ki blast that has like insane tracking from the movie. They can give him his Earthbreaker move, the movie is famous for using in Dokkan Battle only, because it's kind of vague if he does it in the movie or not. He also does it in Sparking Zero, so bonus points there. They could give him Great Death Beam, which is, the new version of Death Beam from True Golden Frieza. The one that like tracks and chases people around and has independent targeting, and it can target like multiple different enemies at a time, or he can make a giant laser like Death Cage with it. Frieza has an enormous moveset. He has everything from the Tournament of Power, everything from before the actual Tournament of Power, where he's, messing around with Goku and fighting those guys with the God of Destruction energy. And he basically has all of Resurrection F2. He has a giant potential bag coming, and I want to see it, because again, if Frieza's moveset isn't good for him, no one cares, because we can literally put it on our custom characters. So it's fine if it's not great for Frieza, but it might be great for our custom characters. I think that's one of the best strengths of Xenoverse 2. If you don't even care about the character and their new moves, you can at least use the moves on your character. So whether you want them because they're good or because it fits with your drip or your aura, then feel free. And I think that's one of the beauties of this game. So I cannot wait to see what they add for Frieza. I'm very, 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 very hoping that they've just stuck with what they've done with all the other Future Saga DLCs, where they actually give the character the missing moveset, because Frieza, oh my god, his bag is so chopped in Xenoverse 2, he actually does need more. So, this information actually did come to us from this page here. It is the weekly Dragon Ball quiz page. For some reason, they just slid an image of the DLC, like, image just at the bottom. You guys could see it, right? That's just weird. They just did that. This came out like an hour ago. They were just like, hey, so we had a question, and the answer for the question was Chilai. In this DLC, you team up with Chilai and Broly to stop the trouble happening in Cotton City. You'll get to see them interact with a character they've never met in the original series, and get rewards by clearing missions. Enjoy all sorts of fresh meetings in Xenoverse 2. And then they casually just have the DLC image down here. Like, I mean, let's be real. Everyone knew it was going to be Ultra Supervillain Frieza. I mean, I called it months ago. I called it maybe a year ago, in fact. Jesus Christ. But, it's there we go, direct confirmation. We don't have to wait for a trailer, but there most likely will be a trailer releasing today, so keep an eye out, because they usually don't tease these images without a trailer, so it's really weird how one dropped without one. So keep an eye out, and remember, you could do that by just subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell. And honestly, I think this is probably a great place to end the video, guys. Again, if you guys enjoyed the video, then please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, it greatly supports the channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next. And I think that will be it. I do love you all. I hope you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you fellas all next time. Take care, and peace.